It's called Get the Bag, and that's what Coach Cignetti just got. What did I say last show? I told you that he was going to get himself the bag at Indiana and not leave for Penn State. I literally said that. I literally called that out.
93 million.
I said he's not.
No.
I said he's not going to Penn State.
No, he said he's taking the call. You 100%.
You said that's who's going to do that next.
You said
You just told me on the phone that I said that he wasn't going to take the bag. He wasn't going to take the call from Penn State.
No, you had said that you thought
So
that he was going to get outpaid.
So
by
now
Penn
you're a
State.
pathological liar,
Yeah.
and now we can't trust you. So we can't trust Mike anymore. So welcome to another episode of Single Squad with me and my brother, of course, Mike and Grandpa Jay. Fellas, the World Series is nearing, but I have a problem with MLB. Why are you putting both CSs at the same day, especially knowing that they're playing in LA and it's 3 o'clock when the game starts? Like, you just don't. I mean, yes, the stadium is packed, don't get me wrong, but like the casual fan that can't go watch is not going to be able to watch. This is a constant problem in the MLB, and we're going to go right off the bat because it's frustrating to watch. Luckily I work from home. I get to go watch it, but you two, you're lucky you're catching it right now.
Yeah.
But it's terrible because.
A note out of the NBA's page.
But why not just put it at 8 o'clock?
Flop. One CS on Monday, one on
Exactly.
Tuesday. Take a day break. One on Thursday.
It's
one on
better
Friday,
product,
one
too.
on Sunday. Yeah.
You get the guys rested. You get a better product. The guys aren't looking like.
Everybody's focused on watching one game,
game.
so you get the viewership up. It's common sense.
And they're both in the West Coast right now. The Seattle's in the West Coast, so now they're fighting for it. And Trey, who is a fan of the team of LA, can't watch it. I talked to him earlier. He goes, I can't even pay attention because I got out of work at 8. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it's like you don't want viewership to go up. And it's already going to be probably a very low viewership in the World Series, depending on who's there.
Well, the Dodgers are in.
Well, I mean, it's still a long series. So, I mean, it's 2-0 right now. We'll see what happens to the Brew Crew here. But, I mean, I don't know. What's the solution other than just, how can Manfred just get it through his head to stop making such dumb scheduling?
Well, that's the thing is, it's not just Manfred. The owners want it too, and unlike, I think he might have, as far as commissioners go, the least autonomy of any of the major 4 sports leagues in North America as far as being able to make decisions. Baseball is such an old school traditional thing that it's the owners that do this. They don't change the TV schedules. They're all decided before we even know what teams are going to be when. So they don't plan for the fact of running into, like John said, the games both being on the West Coast right now. And I think it's genuinely they don't want most of the playoffs or a significant chunk of the playoffs to go into November. They're so beholden to the fact that they're the Fall Classic. The March to October.
Well, November is still fall, though.
But it's the March to October. That's what they call the playoffs, or the lead up to the playoffs is the March to October. So they want to get all the play. I agree. It's stupid because nobody can pay attention other than.
Well, let's do the math, right?
Yeah.
Even if they flip-flopped it from here, this is game 3, correct?
Right.
So if game 4 was
Friday. No, it's Saturday.
You
could do a weekend double.
Monday, and what's the date on Monday? Is it the
27th? No, 20th.
20th, right?
20th.
Yeah.
You still get a World Series. You still
6, 7. If you start the World Series on the 26th, you can go 26, 27, travel, 29, 30, 31, and then it ends on November 1 or 2, right? Like, it's squeaking in.
Oh, it's 100% squeaking in, but I think it just seems to me like.
And guess what? November 2 is a Saturday night.
But even so, you
Sunday, right?
you could do a double header on Saturday and Sundays.
Yeah.
You can do a double header on Saturday and Sundays. You don't need to have the weekends are allowed to be open. That's fine. But like during the week, why not just have it at 8 o'clock? It's just a constant thing. I keep bitching about it. I keep putting posts out about it. It's just not getting solved. And then I get all these people commenting, "Oh, well, just don't watch. Oh, you're not a true baseball fan." No, people actually have jobs and actually can't go out to the game like they would want to. Like I would love to go to the Yankees game, but it's at 4 o'clock.
Take a half day? when they have
Well, not everybody has that ability. Like, you can't just go in and take a half day off your job. Like, I mean, it's just not possible a lot of times unless you're a very high in the corporate or whatnot. So, I mean, it's just for the casual fan. What'd you say?
Go-getter. Or an OnlyFans go-getter.
You want to be an OnlyFans go-getter?
No, I'm saying or an OnlyFans go-getter.
We have the setup. So.
I know, we got the setup when you walk into the apartment. So
what else is
all right, so, well, let's talk about the games in general, though.
Yeah.
They have not been good. They've been terrible. It's terrible baseball, in my opinion. A lot of offense, not a lot of pitching. It's, I mean, well,
the beginning of the
let me backtrack. The Dodgers have been playing very well.
Yes.
The Brew Crew just looks like what we said on Tuesday. So I don't know. It's just it's not enjoyable for the casual fan to sit there and watch 13 runs, 12 runs, 10 runs every single game. It's not
especially
enjoyable.
When it's like 6-2 in the third. It's like, okay, now that
I love a 3-2 game in the bottom of the eighth, and you just watch. But watching a 13-4 game was not in my cards last night. I was like, nah, I'm good. I saw it was 12-2 in the fifth, and I was like, nah, I'm good.
Well, I can't imagine how much worse it was the series before because it was non-competitive for 3 of the 4 games, right?
See, but the thing is, I think baseball believes the MLB believes the exact opposite.
Chicks dig the long ball.
Chicks dig the long ball. They think the casual fan wants more offense than they do defense, more offense than pitching. So they want. I mean, you look back at.
I understand that, but it's not more offense if it's only one-sided.
But
they don't care what. Who puts up the offense.
He's not the baseball fan.
Offense. I actually love seeing a pitcher annihilate a lineup for like 3 or 4 innings in a row. I love that's
a pitcher's duel almost, like, right?
Not so much a duel, but like one pitcher that's so on, like Yamamoto the other night was so on. He was in control of every damn batter that came up there. Nobody got his number. I love seeing that because you figured out the whole lineup. So you're literally just playing with them like little leaguers. At this level, that mesmerizes me. So I like that. I don't like when both teams are competing, like you said.
See, and the thing is, so just to point it out, because we've had this type of conversation with other sports, specifically football, a lot. So for you as a fan, it's baseball's the one that you want to see low scores, as opposed to like a high offense.
Yes.
That's kind of an interesting thing because, like I said, I think baseball believes the opposite. But
Mike speaks for baseball.
I do speak for baseball. I'm saying
I
think.
Have you seen how pathetic the MLB ad was where they have a little kid in like an MLB hat and an MLB shirt? It's like, who wears an MLB hat?
Rob Lowe.
MLB shirt.
Rob Lowe.
No, he wears an NFL hat.
He does. I'm pretty sure he does it with all the sports he goes
Just
to.
represents the league.
I think it's only
he just
NFL.
reps the league.
I think he only does NFL. I think he has.
I know he does it a lot with NFL. I seem to recall seeing him one time at like a Dodgers game, but with an MLB hat on. But I could be wrong.
Well, I mean, my thing is I'm always a defensive type person, as always. So I'm gonna go with the low score. I love a pitcher's duel. I could watch a 1-0 baseball game. I could watch a 7-3 football game, a 1-0 hockey game. Give me all that. Like a 2-0 basketball game. No, shut up.
What do you think? What do you think about Robert's decision to pull Snell, and how much did that influence him not to do the same thing the day after? Because he's missed the pull.
Well, Snell pitched 8. I think Snell pitched 8.
Yeah, but he never let him complete the game. He had full control.
The thing is, I know
his
where
pitch count was way below him.
I know where that comes from. Snell is, I think it's still the case. Snell's never thrown a complete game in his entire career.
So let him. Same thing with Yamamoto.
No, I completely agree. It's just, you know how much they go with analytics and stuff like that. It's like if he's never done it in the playoffs, we're not going to have him do it. But I think he can. They just for some reason they just keep going with the trend.
He has so much off-speed stuff. It's not like it's going to affect him that much.
Well, I mean,
I think it's pretty good.
Going from the diamond to the gridiron, Coach Cignetti got his bag in Indiana. Ironically,
I need money.
I mean, he got paid. He did a whole press. He did like a whole presidential press conference on it.
11.8. That is insane.
That is pretty crazy. I mean,
Indiana football coach price tag is 11.8. What in the hell is Penn State going to throw out there, their head coach? And
at least like 15 or 16.
I was going to say 15.
For what, 6 years to keep it 9?
They're going to try to sign long term. They said they're going to throw.
They can't go 130 million.
I mean, I think
they can though.
That's insane. Because what if he doesn't perform after year 3, and now your payout is $100 million?
That's look at Jimbo Fisher. He's sitting in the booth.
Yeah,
and he's
like,
sitting. You know what's funny about
says in Texas different.
I understand. I understand that, but like when I saw Jimbo crying, back at Florida State, blah, blah, blah. Shut up, Jimbo. You're sitting there. Oh yeah, let me just get with a Benjamin. Let me just cry with my Benjamin.
Wipe my eyes.
Shut up, Jimbo. Like you got the best. I want to be a great college football head coach and just get fired 3 years in.
Just intentionally.
Well, he has to. So Franklin, there's a caveat to his contract. He has to go and get some sort of job. He has to work somewhere in sports or something. He has to go get like an analyst job or go work something.
I'd apply for freaking water boy on the sidelines, right?
Bro, I go work at Kroger for like 20 hours a week. You didn't say how many hours I gotta work.
On local radio station, can I make a weekly appearance?
You said I
had to work.
You
So
said I had to work for a football team. I have a volunteer Pop Warner.
Hell yeah.
Assistant coach.
Extra nose, baby.
So Penn State, ironically, my dad is flying home from there, and guess who's sitting in front of him? Drew Alar or Aller?
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
He was like walking in the plane together, and I think he's sitting in first class, obviously.
What did he injure? I think
he tore his Achilles.
He tore his Achilles?
Something like that.
And you know what's ironic? As soon as I got in the truck to come home, I get an update saying Drew Alar just had successful surgery, so I sent it to my dad. He's like, he's sitting right in front of me.
Is he wearing a brace?
We should go in live right to my dad on Delta. Dad, interview him.
They called Tatum's freaking docs and PTs, and they were like, hey, what do you do? Because Tatum's set to start like in December, which is insane.
Yeah.
Because he tore it in the
yeah, but he
in
should
the playoffs.
not be playing basketball this year, and he's set to try and start in December.
Especially, look at Hallie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hallie's done for the year.
Yeah. Hallie's worse.
Yeah.
He blew it.
But, like, the fact that Tatum is already going through full drills, going through full scrimmages is...
Yeah, because Hallie only did it, like, a week and a half after him, right?
Yeah. No, it's insane. And what sucks for Penn State right now is they have the perfect replacement for him to try to keep their season alive. But he's now at Missouri.
Whoops.
Their backup last year was Bo Pribula, who's been statistically one of the best quarterbacks in the country. And he trained.
Because Bo knows.
How is it? Like before the season, he was statistically.
No, now he is.
No, now he is.
Like, if he had a shot.
But that's not always going to be.
Don't know that,
you don't know what he's going to do in that system, and that's just That's just a system that works for him. You don't know if he would have worked in the Penn State system, and we would have seen him probably a couple of years from now. But you never know if he was going to be perfect or not.
Like, no, but it would have been nice. It would have been nice to have, given how talented it looks like he is.
All right, Jay.
Yes, sir.
I heard you like playing rock paper scissors, so throw it over to you.
All right, gentlemen. So we are going to play a little game here. Rock, paper, scissors. I'm going to give you 3 NFL players. And you're going to tell me, is that person, which one is the rock? So he's steady, he's dependable. Which one is the scissors? He's versatile. Which one is the paper? He's soft. And you probably don't want this guy, or you don't want to depend on this guy. So I'm going to make this a little difficult for you guys. Your 3 names are A.J. Brown, Deebo Samuel, and Mike Evans. Who's the rock, who's the paper, and who's the scissors?
So rock is
solid. You know he's dependable.
Paper is thin.
Paper thin. You can't depend on him for much. He's probably not going to give you a full season.
All right, so
scissors is versatile.
So mine is rock is A.J. Brown. He's healthy mostly every season. I mean, he's on paper and from a lot of people the strongest receiver in the game as far as like strength. Like he's fast. You said paper scissors. Then what's scissors again?
Versatile.
Sharp.
Scissors would have to be like it's tough because I almost think like Mike Evans, as great as he is, he's paper because he's always hurt every single year. And that's where I put Deebo in as a scissors because he can do multiple things on the field, or what he used to could do. Good fucking English. Used to could do. So I'm gonna say like Deebo.
We now talk Uzbekistan over here. So any Uzbekistan fans, is that the better to do the show?
Yeah.
What he said.
Fuck you. I'm gonna say Deebo as my scissors because he is versatile. He can work around in the backfield, work everywhere around the field. Mike Evans, unfortunately, like he would be my rock, but he's just hurt every single year. And unfortunately, that's just something that has been his MO. And like I said, he's having 1,000 yards, but so is AJ Brown every single year, you know. So, and AJ's been on the field.
Okay, so my rock is Mike Evans because he seems to, no matter if he faces an injury during the season or not, seems to find a way to get 1,000 yards every year. So that's very dependable to me. Is when I can trust that he's going to get 1,000 yards when he's there. My scissors is AJ Brown. I think you can move him on either side. I think he's a more versatile wide receiver than people give him credit for, and he is a more, when he's on, he's razor sharp. So that's how I kind of think of it that way. And my paper is Debo because I don't know. I know he can do different things, so it sounds like he's scissors, but he's also had a lot of injury issues, and he's never been the number one on his team. And I've never looked at him as a number one weapon. I've looked at him as a solid weapon, especially in the past in San Francisco. But if I'm going with Debo now, is he a running back or a wide receiver? He's not really either. So
hybrid.
Yeah.
All right, so we're all going in different directions there. Mike is my rock, and this is non-biased. When you can tie a Jerry Rice record, you're a rock. If you can match that kind of production, you've done what you need to do to prove that to me. Debo's the scissors because he's one of the more versatile players that you could put anywhere in the offense. He seems to come back from injuries stronger, faster, and he gives you just as much as before. And AJ's my paper because, ironically, his emotions have gotten the best of him every year of his career. If he could have some sort of emotional intelligence intervention from a sports psychologist that can really break down for him how much his emotions affect him and his team, because I feel it really does affect his team because he's a physically strong presence. He's such a man's man that, like, when that person shows you this just emotional softness, and that's not a bad thing. It's just, to me, he needs to be sharper mentally to get over these. Why am I not getting the ball? I needed more. I get that. He should, and he's right. But he has to find a way to be emotionally stronger for his team because people are looking at you at this stature of like this Adonis sort of person, and they're expecting that out of you as well.
But my thing is, like, he has never once said anything in the media. His demeanor is just there. Like, everyone else is assuming what he's feeling. But let me put it to you this: if you're losing a game and you're just not, and you're the star player, of course you're going to pan you. And if you're as competitive as he has been, you're going to sit there and look miserable. I get miserable in rec league. I get miserable when I'm on the golf course and I don't play well. I can't imagine playing at the highest level, being one of the top receivers in the game, and then your team losing, and you can't do anything about it because you're not getting the ball, number one. Number two,
reverse that. You guys have won 21 of your last 23. You haven't been losing.
No, I'm saying when you're losing in the game, I'm saying. Like, when you're not playing well, it's always, look at AJ. He looks miserable. Well, what do you want him to do? Sit there and just, like, he's never been the rah-rah type of guy. He's never been like, let's go, guys, da-da-da. He's never been that guy all the way back to Ole Miss. So why would he change his demeanor now? His demeanor is go out there and play. And I'm so sick and tired of people being like, oh, well, A.J. Brown needs to change the way. He hasn't said anything. He literally does his interviews, and he says, and they're like, oh, well, you didn't talk about the players-only meeting that you had with Saquon and Jalen.
Players-only meeting.
So, what was the meeting? It wasn't a meeting. It was us meeting in the park. I saw him in the parking lot talking. I walked over. We chopped it up for an hour, and then we went home. We've done that many times in the parking lot where we just sit there and chop it up for an hour. Who knows if they were even talking ball? They could have just been talking about family, life, whatever. Like the problem is a lot of the media is blowing this up as this big bullshit that is just so annoying, and it's so annoying as an Eagles fan because you see here all the Eagles fans. Oh, AJ wants out. Who are we going to trade AJ for? Why would we trade him? We're 4-2. 4-2. They act like the season's over. We could go 15-2, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, AJ Brown's the best receiver in the game. We love having him on the team. Sign him to extension." Da da da. No, shut the fuck up and just watch the next week and as they play the Vikings and watch the season. Even if they lose this weekend against the Vikings, they can still go 14-3. Is that a bad year?
Prisoners of
the moment, right? So it's so frustrating to hear this. And I went off last show about it because Bills fans are the same way. Like, season's over. It's like you still have the whole entire season. You still have moves you can make.
And probably the best player in football.
Exactly. You have Josh Allen. That is like most people's like kryptonite right now. They can't figure out the quarterback. You have that. Now you just got to fill the rest of the gaps. Like, a lot of teams are just freaking out. It's like there's so much parity in the NFL right now. You could make the playoffs at 10-7.
Yeah.
And go deep.
Speaking about parity and performance, just as a correction to the last show, Dowdle had a better game the game before the Dallas game.
Did he?
For over 200 yards.
Really?
I thought he went 258.
He went for 200 against Miami on the ground. He had 206 rushing yards against Miami.
He had 258 all-purpose yards. Okay, so, but even so, I mean, he's turning into a very big resource. But it's also like we go back to this thing where it's like a lot of players. You know what Get Up did today for us, and it pissed me off. And it said, "Are we judging young quarterbacks too early, or something like that?" And I was like, these motherfuckers taking our topic.
We were talking about that since March.
2 years ago. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, you're taking our topic. ESPN, at least give us some credit for this. Yeah. I mean, it's the truth. You're
Brittany, we could be boys. Just let us know. Can we use your material? Come on, we could be boys.
I kind of like that they got Bussin' with the Boys on the show now. They're actually pretty, yeah. But I think they're hindering them a little bit. So I'm like, just let them be.
It's the mothership.
I know.
They blank out Pat for like 16 minutes a show.
There we go.
But I love how game day lets him be, though. That part's fun.
I don't think they have a choice.
Yeah, game day is too open, and
they don't have a choice. They have to let him be who he is, or he's not signing. Like, he holds a lot of cards because he even said on his show, he said he's walked away from a lot. Like, he said, I'll walk away right now, and it's FOMO, and these guys are like, fuck. It's a sales mentality.
Yep.
Like, hey, I'll walk away. It's like, no, okay, we'll take you. And it's like, I bring ratings at noon during the week.
Right.
On TV. I bring ratings.
Tease people because it's the last hour that's unfreaking censored, and everybody's about that.
And they go right to YouTube. Boom. Yep. Or ESPN Plus. And it's like, boom. And it's like, it continues. So, I mean, going back to the topic idea that they have, it drives me nuts when I see young quarterbacks, young players, and they always say, like, Derrick Henry has been a proponent with it, right? And we're having camera issues again. So Derrick Henry has always said that there is probably such a jump from the NFL to college, such a jump. It's like huge. So if it's that big of a jump and you're first round talent, like, and you're not NFL ready, how can you be ready to go first game?
But do you think the quarterback has it the hardest because of the
100%?
What they have to show?
Well, because their contract's so big.
And they also, to me, every other position gets to specialize at a particular job. Yep. The quarterback has to be able to in sync with his running back, in sync with his line, in sync with multiple receivers, in sync with his offensive coordinator. Like,
and
there's so many moving
one thing's off.
Mm-hmm.
You need to go to UFL. You need to go to the CFL. You need to get the hell out of this country.
He's the worst thing.
He's the worst thing. Like, they're chastising every quarterback. It's like, dude, give them a break.
But remember what we spoke about a month ago? I said they're going to set Dylan Gabriel up for failure because that's going to justify why Shador can get playing time. The poor guy got manhandled in the last game. Within a quarter and a half, they sacked him 5 times. What are you doing to the kid? At some point, you have to make a decision and say, the kid is not prepared and we're going to hurt him. And you have a responsibility as a head coach and a GM to make sure that even though we know the game is risky, when you know that you don't have the right personnel on your team and a young kid who can't read the game is going to hurt himself, don't do that. Manage your assets. It's asset protection. You can't just be like, he's useless. We have so many quarterbacks in the quarterback room. You never know what he could turn into. Of course, he's not looking like he's going to be much right now, but we can't judge that off of 1 or 1.5 starts.
Well, I mean, I think he was set up for failure when he even just got drafted.
Yes.
So it's like,
I assume that these days for any quarterback that Cleveland picks.
So here's my like thought processes on that. Like, to be competitive in the NFL is very tough, right? So I feel we should put more pressure on these GMs and owners to do what's right for their team, right? We should adopt the soccer method over in Premier League and relegate teams.
Ooh.
And relegate cities. And that's a punishment. So, like, okay, you screwed up.
The worst in the NFC and the worst in the AFC get suspended for a year.
No, they get, like, pushed to a different city or something. I don't know.
Who gets moved
I don't know.
up, though?
Yeah.
I don't know. What?
Do you bring it? Who gets
XFL.
The CFL.
Longest yard.
Super Bowl winner, or whatever they call the CFL.
The prison league.
Wait, lowest in the AFC and lowest in the NFC have to go down. The AFC team gets replaced with the Grey Cup champion in the CFL. The NFC gets replaced by the XFL champ, and the NFC worst.
Could you imagine a kicker from like a team from the CFL comes and they're down 2, or no, they're down they're tied for the game, right? And they miss a field goal and they think they won because in the CFL rules, even if you miss, you get a point. They're celebrating. They're like, what are you celebrating for?
But imagine the size of that end zone. How many TDs a big arm quarterback would throw in a game? Like 9 TDs.
No, you have to relegate. You have to relegate the size. But I think it would be fun to see, and it'd be like, okay, you got to put pressure on because I don't know what it's like in soccer. I never watched the Premier League. Never watched it once. The closest thing I've watched to the Premier League is Ted Lasso. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's not even I don't even know if that's Premier League.
No, it wasn't.
There's Tottenham, I think is one of them.
No,
it was a Prem.
Yeah, because they made a whole thing about Man City.
Okay.
Yeah, so
but no, I think
West Ham. I think is one of the teams. Is that a real team?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a Premier League.
There are a lot of London teams.
Yeah. I think from what I've seen of Ted Lasso, it is they do a very good job of showing you how much pressure there is for relegation. There's a ton of pressure, and vice versa. There's a ton of if you get moved up.
There's got to be some sort of penalty with this shit because it's like, how can you be so bad
Jets
for so long?
Yeah.
Jets.
How long is the drought now? Is it 15 or 16 years they haven't made the playoffs?
For the Jets?
The Jets. Yeah.
Well, they made it in 2013, I think, with Mark Sanchez.
So that's 14 years coming up on. 13 years.
But 12 years, 13 years.
Yeah, it's been.
But the Browns, I don't remember the last time they were playing. Baker.
No, they made it.
But even so, they were still not taken seriously.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's wow. It's how can you be this bad of an organization that you have a team? You have probably one of the best defensive players of all time.
All time.
And you're not supporting. And you know what the crazy?
Crazy
part?
Shocked. I'm so surprised he didn't get shocked. I thought a team.
He didn't want it. He signed the contract. He was a free agent.
I get that, but I'm surprised that his agent wasn't more aggressive to be like, "Hey, San Fran's the perfect destination for you."
It's all about money, though. He probably had to take a pay cut because Joey Bosa just got paid.
Yeah.
And then Joey Bosa goes down. So it's do you want your money or do you want your longevity? You know, he couldn't go to a team with another stud D end.
True.
Because they can't afford him.
I mean, Green Bay could have made the move for him.
Green Bay, but then they got Micah, and then
if it happened,
right.
What about the Rams? I'm just throwing it out there.
Perfect fit.
I know they have.
No, they got a lot of young talent. They got to pay Jared Verse.
They do. They have
to go pay Jared. So they already have a stud one.
Green Bay would have been the spot for him because then they build the defense around him. They build the offense around Love.
I think Philadelphia would have been great.
Of course
you do. I think the Giants would have been great.
No, I mean really, we lost a D end. Just go get him. He's a perfect.
You just said that.
Just to get the best defensive player
that has another.
We don't have another superstar DN. We don't have any superstars on the defensive side of the ball. They're all gone. We don't have anybody signed under a major contract.
But you have the best young talent collectively in the league.
Yeah, but they're not signed under contract. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
we don't have
one.
You're
kind of like the Golden State Warriors. You drafted so smart,
right?
They're not
exactly. So we were a perfect fit. We had the cap space to sign him. That's what I'm saying. He was actually. I'm not just saying it because he's my team. I mean, obviously, I would love Myles Garrett on there, but we lost Josh Sweat. We lost Hassan Reddick. Brandon Graham retired. Fletcher Cox retired, and now Jalen Carter's been playing with an injury all year. We're literally down to our second and third string defensive line.
Welcome to the Detroit Lions.
Actually, I think another team comes to mind who would have been a perfect fit. Tampa.
Yeah.
They literally don't have. You were saying to me before the season, I like Diaby, but.
What do you mean? I got Vita Vea.
But he's a D-tackle.
He's a D-tackle.
He's still a pass rusher.
I mean, he could push. He could push somebody into the quarterback.
I mean, he gets there.
He's not like the speed rush.
He's pretty
type
quick.
of-
Like he won't contain
quick,
people
but-
like faster.
That's all you need to be. You don't need to be fast. You need to be quick.
I
Yeah,
know,
but if we match up against the Jadons in the playoffs, he's not going to have an impact that a Miles could have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
Vita's not going to run the quarterback down if they escape the pocket.
I don't know. I just watched that
He's
man
going
do
to
it.
cause it to collapse quick.
Yeah.
But then Jaden's so nifty, a player like that, they just whoop.
That's half the league right now, though.
Yeah. Well, and that goes back to the whole quarterback thing. Is you also have to be able to do what the running back does and be able to at least escape the pocket, if not run the ball fairly consistently.
Let's talk about scoreless a little bit. What's up with your Rangers and can't score at home?
I have no idea. There's always I swear.
And they've only scored, what, 2 goals the entire season?
Pretty much. Last I looked tonight, as of now, please somebody correct me. They were down 1-0 to Toronto at time of recording. Dude, I have no idea. Every year there seems to be some sort of new problem. It's like they fix what was the issue the season before.
Who are the Rangers to any
You mean
NFL
New York
team?
teams have a problem winning?
Like certain New York teams, yeah.
Who are the
It's
Rangers?
bad, though. Like, if you think about it, Giants, Jets suck.
Right.
Giants look okay. Like, right? They look like they have an identity. I'm not going to judge them too early. The Yankees and Mets are mediocre. The Rangers and Islanders are pretty mediocre. Brooklyn, who's that?
Brooklyn.
Knicks are like the only
hope right now.
Knicks are like the only hope right now.
Yeah.
But you know what? You know what's not? You know what the most consistent thing in New York teams is? They never keep a head coach long enough.
Except
They just never. That's a statement.
Yeah.
There's no question.
There's not
There's
one
not
exception.
one.
No,
The Rangers just got a new one.
Yeah.
They've had 5 coaches in the last 7 years,
The Rangers just got a new one. The Jets just
and
got
they
a new
made
one.
it to the
Knicks just
standard.
got a
They
new
made it to
one.
the Rangers made it to the conference finals, like 3 out of that last 7
Yeah,
years.
the Knicks have been revolving coaches for a while. So.
Oh, no, trust me. The Rangers have been they fired their head coach after making the conference finals.
Yeah, that's so weird.
The Knicks fired their head coach.
And it was all like, oh, he's not a locker room. I'm like, bullshit. I'm like, that's bullshit.
Well,
that's bullshit.
Some
How do
people
they
said
know?
Gerard Gallant specifically, there seems to be some sort of issue because the Panthers did the same thing and Vegas did the same thing.
Yeah. I don't
So
know.
maybe for Gallant, maybe.
New York teams suck.
Yes.
Listen,
It sucks.
When it comes
it
to
sucks to admit it because I'm a Yankees fan.
Yeah.
But they're mediocre. And one of my good friends, Kevin Montes, me and him, he's a huge Mets fan. Me and him go back. Check out his page. It's Brother with a Beard. Him and I go back and forth about this stuff, and he's right. I mean, the Yankees haven't been relevant since 08, 09-ish, and even then they were like, eh. I mean, yeah, they went out and got major talent, but they addressed their needs. Like, Mike and I were talking about it today, and he was like, well, I heard they're shopping for a shortstop. I'm like, why? And he made a point. He's like, Volpe's a career 210 hitter. I'm like, how can you have a career when you've only been 2 years? And this whole year he played with a torn rotator cuff. Like, if we judged everyone off the first couple of years, Jeter would have never been a Yankee. He would have never been an MLB, probably. He had 65 errors in his first year or whatever.
Sure.
65. He jokes about it. He's like, I can't do it. I don't know if it's 65. I think it's somewhere around that range. He's like, you can't even do that on purpose. How do you make, imagine if nowadays some player did that.
But you see, when you have longevity in a staff and they see something in a kid and that person is allowed to keep
growing.
Well, they're allowed to keep talking on their behalf and be like, no, give the kid time. If that person gets replaced, then you never know if you have that dynasty because of impatience, because that's his guy and he's sticking to him no matter what.
And that's, honestly, for New York sports, that's what it goes back to. It's impatience. It's not a patient city. It's not a patient media.
That's what it is.
And therefore it is no longer.
But what's crazy is they're not patient, but they can go spend all the fucking money on shit. Every one of the teams can afford to go spend money on players, and they don't. So for an impatient owner, impatient GM, and an impatient fan base, they have very patience with not spending money on players and not the right players, right? They get let me just go get Jazz Chisholm Jr. It's like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, he did well for us. Don't get me wrong. Jazz is an all-star player, but it wasn't needed. It wasn't what the Yankees needed at the deadline.
And now they're talking about trading him.
Because his value is the highest. Trade him and get some bullpen help.
His value's the highest,
but I don't know. It's New York sports are just trash. I'm sorry.
The Bronx is burning.
I mean, it's the whole New York City. And then, like, the Jets and Giants can't even figure out where they fucking play because they're driving around new players because they play. Oh, I'm in Jersey. Oh, shit. They need to be the New Jersey. They need to be New York.
Okay, where in New York City area
You can
where?
You can.
Where?
They've put stadiums there before, Mike.
They've cleared a football stadium?
They can find one.
Today's football stadium.
Yeah.
Where are you going to put it?
100%.
Where are you going to put it?
I don't know. I'm not from New York.
You're going to have to take out a
You're
park.
asking. They've done that before. They did it with Yankee Stadium. They took out a whole fucking development.
Yeah.
Whole fucking apartment complex. They can do it. They made. How do you think they make all these skyscrapers? They take out places.
Right, at this point, you'd have to take out skyscrapers.
You keep asking where. Like, they'll be. I don't know specifically. 4th Street and 6th Street. They'll take it out right there. What the fuck?
I'm saying is
like,
build
an underground stadium.
What the fuck?
I'm just saying, if they were gonna do it, they'd do it.
Master Shredders.
I mean, I just think that they don't want to pay the taxes in New York. That's just it. They want to pay.
That's what it is.
They don't want to pay that.
It's absorbent and beyond.
I don't know if New Jersey's any better, but I mean,
I mean, it's a little better, but not great.
But like, I don't know if they want to pay the taxes there. And I mean, I get what you're saying, but they can put us if they want. Let me just tell you this: money talks, and if they want to put a football stadium in New York City, they will.
I just don't know.
I mean,
you don't need to know where they will.
The Barclays Center, somehow they squeeze that into the middle of the city.
That was literally on a corner. I talked to people that are from Brooklyn. They're like, there was literally like apartments there where the Barclays Arena is. So they'll find a place.
They're never
money
talks. They're never going to do it.
No, but I mean, they should.
Yeah, where the fuck do people want to park?
All right.
Where they park for any of the other games.
What do you mean? You can't park in a Nets game. You take the free
exactly. So the same thing.
You can't park. You can barely.
So no tailgating.
Pretty much.
Okay,
that never spoils the experience, doesn't it?
I mean, you have a parking lot in Queens. You have for the Mets. You have a parking lot.
Right, but for a NFL game these days, you're going to need a parking lot 3 times as big as a baseball parking lot.
You still be able to find. I'm telling you, money talks, man. If they want to put a fucking football stadium in New York City, they will find a fucking. They'll take out Queens if they have to and put a football stadium in there. I'm telling you, they would do it. And if you want to like say that I don't know where. Let me go to New York and map it out for you, Mike, next time. So like, they will put a state if they want to. They will put it there. Money talks. If they say, okay, this will bring $3 trillion a year into the fucking New York, they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, just there goes half that block.
Give us some ideas, guys. Yeah. What do you got for us?
So like,
what do you got?
I mean, that's how I feel. I'm all about like they'll find a way. Look at SoFi. Look at SoFi. They cleared out a neighborhood. In the middle of the neighborhood, they cleared it out.
They'll just piss off the New York taxpayers more.
They're already pissed off.
Yeah.
They need a championship.
All right. So, what team? As we're talking about teams that suck, like New York, what team you want to shout out that has been rebuilding and has kind of done well, and now the Dodgers take a 3-0 lead. This series is over. Congrats to the Dodgers. So, what team that has been rebuilding is working better than you think?
So one that stood out to me, I kind of looked at how they've been doing this season and how some of their younger players have been doing this season. It's the Chicago Bears. They're actually doing, I think, better than some people think they are. Caleb Williams is actually having a good year.
Yeah, he is.
And it looks like he might be turning into at least partly what they were hoping he would be when they drafted him. I like the pickup of Colston Loveland. They brought in DeAndre Swift. You know, their best wide receivers are very young wide receivers. Other than DJ Moore, they've got a young wide receiver room. Their defense is young, but they've brought in veterans like Montez Sweat that have kind of supplemented guys they've been bringing in. And while right now it might not look like they've been doing so well or that they're, as far along as maybe some Bears fans would hope because of the division they play in, the fact that they still have to contend with the Lions and Packers, I think they're quietly putting together a good team again.
All right, Jay. Who you got?
The New England Patriots. I feel for them at this point in the year to be on top of the AFC East is the biggest surprise in the NFL. Just because people think Buffalo was supposed to and still might run away with it, I don't think anybody thought at some point that Buffalo is going to be below the New England Patriots in their divisional standing. And kudos for them taking on the personality of their coach, which we all said it's going to happen because he's not just bringing in his football IQ, he's bringing in a championship mentality in that uniform, in that building, knowing what it takes to win with that team as a player. So you can't ask for anything better than that. And they tried it and experimented the year before and it failed miserably because not by his fault. He had no experience in that position. Vrabel came in ready to run the show because he knows what that takes. And Drake May might be the biggest surprise at quarterback. You have a revitalized Stephon Diggs. Is it Bourne, the wide receiver?
Kendrick Bourne.
Kendrick Bourne.
Or no, I'm sorry. It's like Boyette.
Boyette, right? So,
Bourne's on
Bourne's with San Fran. He's doing phenomenal for them. Ramondre is not having a great year, but he's reviving himself in a couple games.
Trayvon Henderson.
Yeah, Trayvon Henderson's doing great. So the Pats offense all of a sudden is doing what they needed to do to win games because the defense was always kind of helping them hang around. So way to go, New England. Let's see if you keep sustaining this. It'll be a much more fun season for us to see if you can go head to head with the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, I mean, like Vrabel, like I said, I think that was his end job. This is his last job. I don't think he really wants to coach other than coaching the New England Patriots. It's not a surprise to me to see them as good as they are, just because he's got that hard-nosed mentality. But the team that's shocking to me is the Indianapolis Colts. You got your boy Danny Dimes, 1,500 yards through 6 games. Jonathan Taylor was 630 yards. And then my unsung hero, who I said at draft is going to be a great tight end in the NFL, is Tyler Warren from Penn State.
Yeah, so that's the one position, if you go back, that's the one position to me that comes in so ready because they're big, they're strong, they're versatile, they're pretty fast now. So that position is ready to dominate because you're going against smaller guys in the NFL too. That's, to me, is the easiest transition, just to go off topic a bit. And no surprise that he's having a great year. He's a stud.
And it's just like everyone's flowing together. Everyone's playing good. I mean, obviously they had that fucking pregame bullshit. 3 injuries before the game even started.
That's so weird.
And, I mean, it was like, what? Like, guys, like, stop.
Anthony Richardson broke his face.
Yeah.
Before just doing the leg band that like I do at the gym, like where you lift your leg, it just came down to him in the eye. And then who was it? Their cornerback was running a route, like just doing his normal run, and he got hit by his linebacker, done for the game. It's like, damn, guys, like
don't get in your own way.
Hey, Harlem Trotter's gone wrong.
So maybe I should get this back with the Colts. But no, the rebuilding, Shane Steichen, I always loved. I never wanted the Eagles to get rid of him because I was like, damn, he's such a good coach. And he's doing well in Indianapolis. He's doing well with what he has. And he's building the culture that you would want for winning football. And I think, the Colts are on a tear. I think they're going to make a really big noise in the playoffs. Don't think they're Super Bowl contenders just yet, but I think they can get there. So, well, I mean, we got the World Series coming up. We have a great weekend of college football in the SEC and the Big Ten. A lot of good football weekend with the NFL, a lot of good matchups. So make sure you guys are what game are you guys looking forward to the most in college football?
I want to see if Louisville can put a little scare in the Hurricanes there. They've done pretty damn good. But I think we all know that the game of the week is the East Coast, West Coast rivalry between Mikey's and the Fine Irish and USC.
Battle of the Jeweled Shillelagh.
Yeah, I think that could be a highly entertaining game, as it should be. I know we have do we have another top 10 matchup? We have a top 10 matchup.
Yeah, Ole Miss and Georgia.
Yeah, Ole Miss, Georgia. I think that the most surprising team this year, Ole Miss competing the way they are. So it should be interesting to see if they're ready to take
Bama, Tennessee.
Yeah, Bama, Tennessee is going to be great. But let's see if Ole Miss can take that next step. But I'm excited to see what the USC Notre Dame game has in store for us.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, from a Notre Dame perspective, you have to win. And it's going to help to look convincing in the win because this is your last real chance on the schedule to face a ranked opponent.
It's impressive.
Right. Especially no conference championship. You already got 2 losses.
You guys haven't looked good against ranked opponents this year as
No,
it is.
No, exactly. So this is your chance to actually beat a ranked opponent. Get a ranked win this year.
Unfortunately, I think this, and this is not just shitting on you. I don't think even if you beat USC, you get a chance to play for the playoff.
Maybe Cuse.
Really?
Stanford as well.
They're 13 right now.
I just don't see it. You might be the last one because
Because you're not going to take an SEC.
even if you lost, like I know you only lost to 3 to Miami, lost to 1 to Texas A&M, but they're still losses.
Because
Like,
you're ranked above USC, right?
Yeah, we're 13.
So unless there's a bad loss on the lower side of the rankings now, we'll see.
Well, we essentially we need to convincingly beat USC, and then need USC to beat other Big Ten opponents, like the tougher, at least 1 or 2 of the tougher Big Ten opponents they're going to face.
Who you got?
Well, mine is going to see if Lane Kiffin can do it. Can he beat Kirby Smart after making all the fat jokes, after making all the "Who's your daddy" jokes to him, and I think a lot of people don't realize this. Kirby and Lane are really good friends.
Yeah.
So it's like you and I. It's like you and I when like you and I go at it like they go after it, right? So he does this on purpose, and I'm sure Kirby's like texting me like, "You fucking asshole, I'm gonna run up 70 on your ass," because that's what friends do, right? So I think it's going to be a great matchup. Georgia has a lot to prove, in my opinion. They lost to Alabama. We still don't know the identity of the quarterback. Their defense, we know that identity, which is Kirby's go-to, right? Like that's his mentality. Is like we're going to have a lockdown defense. But can Lane Kiffin and his team, his young team, come into Sanford and make a statement and say, "Hey, we are the top team next in the SEC." Texas A&M has a pretty tough game this weekend. Bama has a tough game against Tennessee at night at home. Vanderbilt, LSU, pretty good matchups this weekend.
Not in the NFL, so hopefully we're entertained by the NCAA peeps this week, because the only thing we really have to look forward to is I would say maybe that Monday night Tampa-Detroit game, but there's so many first-team players injured. I don't think we have any great matchups this week. But
Minnesota, Philadelphia looks pretty good.
That might be it.
That might be pretty good.
That might be it.
I mean, we got Minnesota, Philadelphia. I mean,
all right, I'll go through real quick. Rams, Jags, Saints, Bears, Dolphins.
Jags are 4-2 though.
Rams, Jags might be.
It might be a good game.
It doesn't look good on paper just because
it's a 9:30 game, right? It's like the early international game, so you don't know.
Overseas?
Yeah,
overseas. Yeah. You got Chiefs, Raiders. It can be okay. Like you said, Eagles, Vikes, Carolina, New Jersey. That should be the Pats Titans game. I tell you, let's put the house on that because they are going to cover and some. That's only a touchdown right now. Giants, Broncos. Broncos haven't given up a touchdown in 3 games. Colts, Chargers, Pack, Arizona.
That might be a good game. Colts, Chargers.
Might be. Skins and boys. Skins, sorry. Commanders. And Cowboys.
And now we're canceled.
Thanks a lot. And then 2 Monday night games. Bucks, Lions, and Texans, Seattle.
Yeah. I mean, there's pretty good matchups this week. So,
okay. So college football.
College football is going to pan out. Let's hope for some good baseball for the rest of the way. Even though the Dodgers are going to be in the World Series.
Let's go Seattle. Let's get you in your first World Series.
Make sure you tune into our socials. We'll be bantering back and forth. I know Trey Day is going to be in LA, I think, this week, but he's going to definitely be bantering with everyone. I love his little comments back at people. So we're not afraid to argue. We will argue.
Let's go Liverpool. Beat Man U.
We'll see you guys here on Tuesday. Have a good rest of your weekend.